Hello and welcome, YouTubers. Welcome to 15 Rounds of Flambé with your hosts Aaron and Matthew Johnson. We got a little bit of sports, we got a little bit of brotherly love, and we got a little bit of a new setting. I had to change my desk, so welcome. Glad you guys came on in.
I guess that's okay. You mentioned the new view, so I guess that's something.
I had to mention a new view. It honestly, the weather's starting to cool down a little bit here in CT, and I'm enjoying it. So I had to go by the window, You guys get another view of my apartment, so yeah. Starting off today, it's Monday, that's Monday blues. But we got energy here on 15 Rounds of Flambé. We ready, we set. I'm going to toss it to Matthew. Team USA men's basketball is coming off the gold medal win over Serbia yesterday. And Jerry Colangelo, the architect of this team, had some, pretty choice words for the rest of the world. Matthew, tell me what Dr. Jerry Colangelo, or I'm thinking of Jack Ramsey, but tell me what Jerry Colangelo had to say.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the architect. He's been the director of USA basketball for, I believe, a decade now. And he came out in the comments saying we just need to see the other countries get their acts together, and saying that the U.S. beat Serbia in the finale yesterday, in the gold medal finale, 96-66.
And it was pretty handily. Yes, they led from wire to wire, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I watched some of it, and Kevin Durant just went off, and it's gonna be fun seeing him do that in Golden State. But
it's gonna be so stupid.
And the U.S. had a average of victory of 22 points. So I just feel like I agree with Mr. Colangelo, because even though we criticized this USA team for, at times in this tournament, I don't think I actually, really 100% felt like this team's in doubt. This team may not win the championship and win the gold medal. So I agree with him. The world needs to get better, because watching the U.S. men's basketball team is fun, watching an all-star game is, but it's not really that competitive.
This is the thing, I disagree with you a little bit, because here's the thing that I look at it as. One, the world is in transition. We do know that. Dirk Nowitzki is not going to be there for Germany anymore. Manu Ginobili is not going to be there for Argentina anymore. Tony Parker is old in France. All these guys that really were giving the USA. I won't even go as far as saying giving the USA blues, but giving the USA trouble. When you look in Spain, Pau Gasol is a little bit older. My favorite person in the whole world, Jose Calderon, didn't he? I don't even remember he played in that game when the US played Spain in the semifinal round. So I won't say that the world needs to catch up, because I think that they are catching up. It's still not as fast as we first thought, but a lot of that has to do with the fact that a lot of these countries are changing the guard when it comes to basketball players now. A whole new fresh crop is coming out. I think France is really going to be the team to look out for going forward. But I do think that this USA team got pushed. I think they did. They got pushed to a. Don't get me wrong. It was never in doubt for me.
66, not really that much.
I don't know if it was ever in doubt that they were gonna fully lose the gold medal. It would have been. I don't think I was ever 100% wow, this is 2004 all over again. I never had that feeling. But at the same time, I never had the 2012, 2008. Oh, I can't wait to watch this Showtime kind of USA team. And it definitely wasn't a dream team. I think the only team outside of 92 and 96 that were automatically, maybe even 2000, because, can't forget what Vince Carter did for our country. But between those three teams, I think the 04 team obviously fell short. 08, they had something to prove because of 04. And then I think in 2012, they were really they were dominant in 2012. I think they were a team that could, I don't know, I just feel like that was the team that was dominant. In 2016, although they didn't have that same dominance, it did make me question them at some times, but I knew they were going to win.
They actually, this team that questioned, they actually had a larger margin of victory than, say, the Vince Carter-led 2000 Olympic team. But going with what you said about splits, I feel like that's what Colangelo is trying to say, because he doesn't want to see splits of one year Spain is good, another year Argentina is good. He wants it to be consistent, consistently good. He doesn't want to see, two nations come up and, 4 go down.
Yeah, but when
all nations go up, and I agree with him on that, because, you said, you see France is going to come up. You said France.
Yeah,
right?
I said France.
Australia's going to come up with Dante Exum and Ben Simmons, and Canada might.
I can't wait to see Canada. I was hoping you were going to say Canada. I can't wait to see Canada play. Canada's going to be really good in a couple of years.
He just wants the world to get collectively better, not just be good for a few years and then come back down.
Here's the thing, and like I said, I'm excited about Australia because I think Australia, the way they played the USA tough now, and they're getting Ben Simmons, so that's going to automatically just bang right off the bat. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Like I said with France, I think France is also going to be there for a number of years, even after they lose Tony Parker. I think Canada, despite the fact that they're probably going to have Anthony Bennett, they still are going to be.
He does well internationally for some reason.
Anthony Bennett sucks. Anthony Bennett's the worst number 1 overall draft pick since Kwame Brown. Since Kwame Brown. And I think he's a little bit more. I think he's as disappointing as like Michael Oliver Candy. But I digress. The thing that gets me, and the one thing I got to say when it comes to that point is you kind of can't force that. Like, yes, it would be nice to have 2, 3, 4 different countries rise up at the same time. But when you think about it from this aspect, they have to be able to not only qualify for the Olympics, qualify for FIBA, be at that point where they're, competitive, while also they have to find these players. They have to breed these players. In the USA, you can literally go outside and pick. You can take guys off of these college. You can take All-Americans off of the college team that are gonna be competitive. They might not win. I'm not gonna go as far as saying they're gonna win, but they're gonna beat some of these teams. They're gonna be competitive in a lot of these games. But when you think about it, you're taking NBA level superstars, and when we're in Tokyo, LeBron's playing in Tokyo. So even though he's gonna be a little bit older, he's still LeBron James. LeBron's gonna be playing in Tokyo.
I mean, with all the points you're saying, I feel like the biggest. Just the difference between us and the rest of the nations is just depth.
Like, yeah, that's my point.
Like 11, 12 men deep. Like I think Kevin Durant was talking about how like they have 2 different lineups and they can just go at you full force. No other country has that. So
Draymond Green had. I can guarantee you. I don't think he had. He obviously didn't get any.
He didn't play much at all.
But he didn't play exactly. He didn't play much. Draymond Green probably throughout the tournament averaged, we think 10, 15 minutes at the most. At the most, 10, 15 minutes. And Draymond Green's a 3rd-team All-NBA player, All-Star this past year. Cost the Warriors a championship. But I'm just saying, like, I love Draymond. I love you, baby. But if you played in Game 5, you guys take home another ring. But all I'm saying is, when you look at that depth right off the bat, you can't tell me that they don't even got it. Some of these countries don't even have players that are going to... Australia played great, and these guys have been playing together for years. But you can't give me Patty Mills. You can't give me Matthew Dellavedova.
They wouldn't be on our Olympic team.
I'm saying Bogut, maybe. You might if Bogut had like a great, if Bogut had a great, tryout, then maybe he might, be a reserve. But even then, like. There's no way in the world with a lot of these teams, a lot of these countries, that you can expect 2, 3, 4 to rise up at the same time because their process is something that we don't experience. I think Colangelo can say that in the same aspect of like, oh yeah, they could just be better. Like all this dude's got to do is look outside and just start, picking players out of the NBA and be like, all right, come play for me. This, like we said before, this was almost a B team caliber of a team when it comes to how great of a team Team USA could have been this year.
With our second story, we go to NFL. And Gary Kubiak named Trevor Siemian as his starting quarterback for the 3rd preseason game. What do you think about this? That whole jumbled quarterback mesh. Peyton Manning.
Okay. Well, Peyton Manning last year, they had a jumbled quarterback mess in the sense of Peyton Manning. No, not in the sense of like who's going to play quarterback, but in the sense of Peyton Manning was a shell of himself. And let's be honest, he was a shell of himself. He was. I love Peyton Manning, but he was a shell of himself. When I think about it, I'm only a tad bit biased because of Mark Sanchez and what he did with my franchise. But I think, I'm not a believer in starting a rookie quarterback. I'm not. Obviously, it worked out in Carolina. Obviously, it's looked like it's going to work out, hopefully, in Tennessee and in Tampa Bay. And, in Seattle. But, I'm not a big believer in starting a rookie quarterback, and Paxton Lynch wasn't the number 1 guy coming out of this draft, and so that boils into it too. So I think it is a 2-man race between Sanchez and what's the other guy? I can't even. Siemian.
It's just like I looked up some of the numbers in these preseason games. Their last game against San Francisco over the weekend, Siemian was 10 of 14, had 75 yards, but had a bad INT for 6. And Sanchez, he lost 2 fumbles, which means 4 turnovers in 2 weeks of preseason football.
Can we just get some stickum for the guy? Like, can he just hold on to the ball?
I mean, I find like just this whole AFC West like the most intriguing division because outside of San Diego, I feel like any of these teams win the division. And even though Denver won the Super Bowl with like the below average quarterback play, they did lose some key people defensively. So I just don't know how Denver's going to do offensively this year.
When I look at that division, and I'm glad you bring that up, it's gonna almost feel weird to see because John Gruden's not walking through that door, but Oakland's looking like the team that can really make some noise in that division because I like Derek Carr.
I like Oakland too, but I just as a long NFC East fan, I feel like Andy Reid's very underrated. I really like.
No. That was what I was going to say. Like I like Oakland, but I still think that's Kansas City's division to lose. I don't see Denver doing it with this level of subpar because here's the thing. No, here's the thing. How it boils down to because even though Peyton Manning wasn't himself last year, he was still able to manage the game without turning the ball over. Mark Sanchez is literally, that's all he knows how to do.
That's why I feel like they may not start Sanchez. Because even like you said, Peyton managed the game, even though he had a lot of picks when he got benched. And Brock Osweiler, he did it more towards the postseason. Brock Osweiler really just managed the game. He was a really good game manager. But, I mean, Simeon, he had the bad pick. But other than that, he's 10 or 14. I think it's going to be really showing this weekend because it's going to be the third preseason game. This is going to be the dress rehearsal where most of the starters played throughout the most of the game. So I feel like if he doesn't, commit the ball. Turn over the ball. Has a good create some good scoring drives, and I feel like maybe they could go into the season with Trevor Siemian as their starter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be enough to win the division. I love that defense, and that defense is going to keep them in a lot of games, and it's going to keep them in the hunt. But I think when it boils down to it, this is a two-team race with the Broncos, kind of on the outside because their defense is elite. They have possibly the best defense in the game right now. And that is going to, equate for something. But in a league like this, when you go up against certain teams that are going to be able to throw the ball, that are going to be able to put up 17 to 20 points a game on that defense, and you can't get a quarterback, they can't be losing games. They cannot lose games 17-3. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they did that last year. I mean, they weren't scoring like they did 2013, and they won close games. So, I mean, Peyton Manning, I love Peyton Manning. He's my favorite quarterback ever, but he wasn't good last year, and Brock Osweiler was just okay, so it's not like they need to score a lot of points to win.
I still think with the development that Oakland has, and I think when it boils down to it, how Kansas City is, I think that those two teams are going to be the top dogs in that division, and we're going to see a little bit of a changing of the guard. I hope the best for Denver, but I don't see it this year. Rounding out Flambé again today, guys. Thank you again for joining us. We love having you. Matthew, I got to ask you this. As a New York Giant fan, do you have a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of worry here with the way that Dak Prescott is performing down in Dallas? I mean, the guy's got an 81.5 completion percentage, and he's got more touchdowns than he does incompletions. It is still the preseason, but do you have a little bit of worry here?
You hit the nose on the head with that last statement. It's still preseason. I look at 2014 when the Giants went 5-0 in the preseason, and they went 6-10 in the regular season. And last year, Philadelphia, they tied for the best record in the division, and they fired their coach. So even though his numbers are Madden-esque, not even
Madden-esque on rookie mode.
Yeah, he's had 9 of his 10 drives have scored points. And over the weekend, he was 12 of 15 for 199 yards, 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns. I still feel, especially since Tony Romo's going to be the quarterback, that I don't have much to worry about as a Giant fan.
I think
I'm also a little biased. So
this is still an interesting story. It's still an interesting story because when you look at the way that this is all developing. First of all, this guy is coming in. He's a rookie coming out of college. He had a pretty above-average career at Mississippi State. I think he did. He had an above-average career. But the thing I think about when you look at this is some factors that go into it. Tony Romo's not getting any young. He's coming off of the collarbone surgery. There it is. He's coming off of 2 collarbone surgeries. And so it seems like, maybe they have their quarterback of the future in Dallas. But, that's just me, being incredibly optimistic because these teams aren't, game planning for the second string quarterback when it boils down to it. So it does seem like down in Big D, they kind of got, a quarterback there that can lead them into the future a little bit, that can start to, hey, maybe we have something here, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But at the same time, it is still the preseason, like you were saying, but these are some crazy numbers.
I mean, I would give you that point, at least because, like I said, Romo's going to be starting. So, I mean, he'll get some reps on the Romo. He'll learn from Romo. And like you said, Romo's not getting any younger. He's had some injury history, so and this is that's the biggest thing that we talked about before with Ezekiel Elliott, why he might do so well, because that offensive line protects him. You don't want to get, as a rookie quarterback, we've seen with Joey Harrington, we've seen with David Carr, you don't want to throw in a rookie and have him get shell-shocked by like 300-pound linemen and 250-pound linebackers. So that's just a really good benefit for him. And Jerry Jones didn't have to worry about a backup now.
Yeah, Jerry Jones is probably just, come on, boy, let's go down here and buy a car or something. Like, Jerry Jones is having fun with this. He is. I think Jerry Jones is having fun with this. He does, because it's Jerry's world. I can't believe, kudos and gold stars for bringing up Joey Harrington, because I think that just, You're a football fan, you hear the name Joey Harrington, that's all you can do. You just, But
they had no protection for him.
No, but I think David Carr had a little bit worse than Joey Harrington, because Joey Harrington just.
Yeah.
But I think this is a cool story. I think it's a nice story coming out of Dallas, which is 9 times out of 10 when they do something, it's gonna be something that's kind of irrelevant. And this is it kind of borders on that, but at the same time you can't turn your head, even if it's the preseason. You can't turn your head at 81.5% completion percent. He's got 6 touchdowns to 5 incompletions. Incompletions, not interceptions. Incompletions. That's ha. You're turning.
I just turned my head.
I was looking. I was like, "What is he?" He turned his head.
But like you said, like he's done so many great stats, but this is still the preseason. I'm not taking anything away from him because his numbers are outstanding, but it's the preseason. I really don't think. Dallas is going to do well, but I don't see them winning the division because that defense is just horrendous to me.
I don't think Dak Prescott is going to have anything to do with them winning the division because, like we said before, it's still Tony Romo's team. But I think this is a cool little,
it's a nice story, especially like America's team, Dak Prescott. Nothing's going on in preseason, so.
Hey, as long as nobody gets hurt from the Jets, I'm glad nothing's going on.
Yeah, I'm like that too. Just pray for no injury.
Just get to week 1. Just get to week 1. Well, that's all the Flambé we have for you guys. So, gobble it up, little James Harden style. Thank you for joining us. Matthew and I had a lot of fun talking football. It's around the corner, guys. We're almost there. Week 3 of the preseason is coming up. Just everyone stay healthy, like we said in the last segment. But go ahead. Thank you again. Continue to like and subscribe. Subscription is going to be in the description below. I'm pointing. Matthew's not going to point, I guess.
There we go.
Nah, it's over. The moment's gone. First unsimultaneous point since episode 1.
It's Monday. I'm getting back.
It is. All right. Yeah, I'll give you Monday. But it is Monday. We will be back again on Wednesday. Hope you guys are here. Continue to like and subscribe like we said, and we will see you on Monday.
Wednesday. See you on Wednesday.
Wednesday. It is. Wow, it is Monday. Yeah, see you Wednesday. What he said.